Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on? My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. I wanted to hop in for a second and talk about some things happening in the stock market and also give you a quick perspective on stock options. I believe that if you are an investor, you probably want to take some time to understand stock options and how they work. I don't think this is something that would be very expensive for you. I think it's something that would add value to your portfolio. Stock options are what they refer to as derivative securities, and derivatives are things that derive their value off of something else, right? So a derivative means that the actual value is one thing, but the derived value is another. And so ultimately, if you haven't taken the time to learn stock options, I encourage you to take a look. I have a stock options masterclass if you want to go take a look at that. If you go to boycewatkins.com, I think that it's maybe about $4.99 or something like that. And also there's a Black Friday discount. So if you go to boycewatkins.com, you can actually see in fact, there's a bundle where I think I took 76% off for 24 hours. So if you want to go to boycewatkins.com, or if you're watching on Instagram, the link's in the bio. Stock options are really important because stock options allow you to stock options, in my view, are kind of a financial version of like putting spices on your food, right? You have mashed potatoes and they might taste okay without putting any salt or any pepper or any butter or anything on them. But if you add those extra spices, it can take something that's mediocre and make it good. So the same thing is true with stocks. So if you have stocks that you own and you like to buy your stocks and add your value over time, then you can use options, which would allow you to participate at a lower cost, right? So you can jump in and spend a little less money, but still get the upside of a stock or protect yourself from the downside. But remember, every yin has a yang, every good has a bad, every dark has a light. So what that means is that options are not something that you should be putting most of your money into. If you put most of your money into options, then what you're running into is a lot of leverage. Leverage is like a seesaw, right? You can either go way up or way down. So don't let anybody, right now we have a market that's really taken off. A lot of people are talking about options because it's like quick, fast money when it works. But the problem is that that's not a good, consistent long-term wealth building strategy in most cases, because the same way you make that money just real fast, you can lose that money real fast. So be careful about the fast money. I want you to go for some of that slow money, some of that sturdy money. The sturdy money, the slow money tends to last longer. The fast money, it can go as fast as it comes. But anyway, there's actually a discount on the Dr. Boyce bundle, which includes all access to the whole Black Stock Market weekend, where I broke down an 11-step method I use to pick my stocks, right? I did that for a whole weekend. You can get lifetime access to the recording at boycewatkins.com, as well as an introduction to my stock options mini class. So if you want to take a look at that and you want to get started with options, just go to boycewatkins.com, and right at the top, there's a 76% discount. It's only there for 24 hours. And if you're on Instagram, it's right there in the bio. Now let me jump back in and talk a little bit about what's going on in the market, in the financial world. I don't have a lot of time. I got a meeting in a second, but I wanted to just kind of chime in with you guys real quick. Two things. One, I got a call yesterday from a young lady that is in my family, and she had asked me to borrow money maybe a couple years ago to buy a house. And she said, I really want to be a homeowner. You've talked a lot about owning a home. Can you help me become a homeowner? So I said, okay, I'll loan you this money and I'll do it this one time. I said, but if you want me to ever do anything else, you got to come back to me with a result. Show me that your life is improving because of what I did for you. I'm tired of Negroes borrowing my money and not doing nothing with it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. How many of you have had somebody in your life where you've invested in them, and then they keep coming back with the same problems? They never improve their life. They always tell you that this one thing is going to help them get over the hump, and it never works, right? I get tired of that. That frustrates me. It pisses me off. It makes me mad. Well, I gave her that warning. Well, check this out. So she hits me back, and it's less than 2 years later. After she bought this house, she actually took the money and really bought the house. She didn't take the money and then call me later and say, well, I was going to get the house, but I had to get my car fixed. Right? I hate that. I hate the excuses. Excuses will keep you in the trap forever. Just avoid. If you ever want to do serious stuff, get around serious people. Seriously, if you want to do serious stuff, get around serious people. Excuse makers are people who were never taught how to be serious. And I don't know how to help those people. Maybe it's like a disability that can't be fixed. I have no idea. But if you want to get big boy business done, hang around big boys and big girls. If you want to get big girl business done, with your big girl pants on, hang out with big girls and big boys. Hang out with grown-ups who solve problems, who don't just show up with excuses. Those are the people that you want to build with. So she put her big girl pants on. Let me tell you what she did. So she bought the house like she said she would. And then a year and a half later, she calls me and says, Doc, my house went up in value from the time I bought it for $240. It's now worth, I got it appraised, it's now worth $380. So she made $140,000 doing absolutely nothing except being a homeowner. Literally, she bought the house in a gentrifying neighborhood. She saw that they were building a stadium near there, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, or I guess, and that area is being gentrified all around that stadium, I think West Atlanta. And she bought this house, and this house literally has gone up well over $100,000 in value in about the 16 months or so that she's had it. And I said, see, that's what I'm talking about. That when you are an owner of assets, you make money by doing nothing. I said, you made $140,000 sitting by paying your rent every month, basically your mortgage, right? So that's why I want you to make sure your kids are trained to be owners at an early age. Do not train them to be renters, because renters, owners make money for themselves. Renters make money for their landlords. Right. So you make every time you spend money, somebody's making money. The question is, are you making money, or is somebody else making that money? Now, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, share, subscribe if you haven't done it yet. Also, if you want to see the Black Friday discounts and stuff like that, you can go to boycewatkins.com. If you're watching on Instagram, the link's in the bio. And in fact, actually, one thing you may want to consider with the holidays coming up is give your kids a chance to get certified. We have actually certifications for children in stock market investing, real estate investing, and entrepreneurship. So if you want to get your child certified, they're literally little baby bachelor's degrees. That's what I call them, that your child can get in our Black Millionaires of Tomorrow program. So if you click the link in the bio or go to boycewatkins.com, you scroll down, you look for our program for children, and you can find that for your kids. Because I encourage you, the earlier you get your kids thinking as wealth builders, the sooner that they'll be in a good position, the sooner they'll be able to make things happen. And actually, I was having a conversation today with a friend of mine, and we were talking about what was going on with there was a show she was watching with give me one second here. Okay. I need 5 minutes for our meeting, because our meeting's about to start, but I'm not done talking to y'all. But so she was watching this show on BET about I guess it's like something about, like, we love to glorify the story of the kingpin or the queen pin, right? We love telling those stories about American gangsters and these legends, they end up in prison, because whatever they were doing. And I'm not knocking any of that. I'm just here to kind of break it down. And one thing she mentioned was some of the queen pins in Detroit that had gone to prison for things like bank fraud and stuff like that. And I said, one of the tricky things about money is I can understand how people can get caught up in situations like that, because when you're young, a person that has money is always appealing. If you're a pretty lady and a guy comes up and he's very wealthy, you might be more attracted to him because he's wealthy. Or if you're trying to look for a come up and somebody shows up and they've got a fancy car and a mansion, then you're going to say, okay, this person needs to be my friend because they've got things that I want to have. And I encourage you to be really careful about that, because the more important question you must ask yourself when somebody has nice stuff is, how did you get that nice stuff? Like what's going on here? Because a lot of times there are things happening in the dark, in the background, that if you get involved with that, it could cause you some problems later on. So everything that glitters ain't gold. Some things that glitter are shit. Sometimes shit glitters like gold, but then you end up stepping in a pile of shit when you thought you were stepping in a pile of gold. And one of the things that was interesting was I when my friend told me about this show, about people that were going to prison for these financial crimes or whatever, but they were being glorified on this BET show, as the trap kings and the trap queens and all this other stuff. As I said, it reminds me of a time when a young brother in Chicago, about 25 years old, he said, me and my friends need to hear from people like you, Dr. Boyce. And I said, why? And he said, because He said, because we've never learned about money. We were never taught how to make money. And because we were never taught the right way to make money, we do a lot of stupid shit to get money. That's literally how he said. He said we get caught up in stuff, because we're trying to make money and we don't know how to do it. And I thought about that, right? So pay attention now. This is why I believe it's very important for you to introduce your children to all the different ways to make money at an early age. Because in a way, if you were never taught to make money, but you need money, then that's like somebody who needs medical attention who decides to become their own doctor, right? So the virus is out there, the coronavirus is out there. Next thing you know, you're taking in, you're drinking disinfectant, you're using horse tranquilizers, you're doing all this stuff because you're behaving as your own doctor. When really what you need is a doctor you can trust, or maybe somebody should have taught you about health at an early age so you would know what things you should not put in your body. So the same thing is true when it comes to what you should put in your financial body, your physical body, your spiritual body, your mental body. These things should be trained at an early age so that the kids are not ending up in these crazy situations, because it's easy to get misguided. There is so much crap on TV, where people literally think somebody's doing good because they got a Gucci bag, or they doing good because they driving a Lambo. I heard Soldier Boy, running his old raggedy mouth. But man, I got a little bit. I got me a yellow Lambo, man. I got me a yellow I got me a yellow Oh, he's got all these yellow fancy cars or whatever. But I'm like, dude, you act like a clown. Like you really sound like a complete clown to me. You're ignorant. You're self-destructive. Don't get me wrong. I know people celebrate little things he does, little business stuff. But come on, man. That ain't blackness to me. That's not. There's nothing that you glorify that because white people put him on TV, and white people tend to take the most dramatic Negro and throw him out there. They don't put those people out there that are just putting their head down, working hard, being focused, being consistent, being good fathers, good husbands, having good values, good sense, avoiding drugs, avoiding alcohol, making good choices. That's boring. Right? So then you have women that are like, well, I've dated a guy, but he was too square. What's square about him? Wait, because he works hard every day and because he's actually not going to abandon your children one day? That's boring to you? Well, media put that nonsense into your head because I'm where I come from. That's what a real man looks like. So I don't mean to diss Soldier Boy, and sometimes stuff I say gets back to people, and I don't want to start no more beefs with rappers. But some of this stuff, I'm just telling you, it's absolute nonsense. It's cultural degradation. And the reason you don't see it as such is because this is what's glorified. This is you think that because somebody's on TV and because they drive in a Lambo, that means they're doing good. No, a lot of these guys, I know rappers. I've met a lot of rappers in my day. Y'all seen some of them on here, from Ice Cube and other people like that. Tyler, the Creator, actually put me in a Kanye West song. I don't know if y'all know that. He rapped about me in a Kanye. He said, Dr. Boyce is a bitch. And I was like, well, you a bitch too, you asshole. But still, though, it was still kind of funny. So I know the rappers. The rappers know me, right? And I'm telling you that some of this culture is raggedy as hell. It doesn't represent the best of you. It's not black excellence. It's just but you think it is because they have the money, right? And that's how white people have always brainwashed minority groups all throughout history. They will take people who fit a white supremacist model. They did this with the Native Americans. With the Native Americans, when they wanted to brainwash them, they used boarding schools to do that. Let me tell you what they did. They would go to the village. They would grab children out of the village and they would take them away to a white school. And they would tell them that if we catch you speaking your native language, you'll be punished. If we catch you wearing ceremonial native dress, you will be punished. If you get caught honoring anything from your ancestors, you will be punished. You must dress like us, talk like us, believe the things that we believe. And then what they would do is they would take these people and they would plant them like poison. They would plant them back into the village and they would give that person the most money. So he would have an elevated status. He would have all the money. So all the little kids would be like, dang, well, Uncle Sitting Bull, he knows all the tribal stories and he knows the history, but he broke as hell. I don't want to be like him. This dude over here lit. He lit. He got the nice fancy suit and the money in his pocket and all the women. And I want to be like him. And that was a deliberate strategy of the use of economics to control people psychologically. And that's why when you talk about understanding money, it goes a lot deeper than just getting enough money to buy you a Lamborghini. I don't give a shit how many fancy cars you have. I don't care how many women you got. I don't care how big your mansion is. I've seen all of that. None of that impresses me. I want to look at your soul. I want to look at what kind of human being you are. What kind of man you are. Or how do you deal with your family? How do you deal with the community? What are you really representing? How are you making people's lives better for the people around you? Well, so that's what I would, but then again, maybe I'm being too deep with it. I don't know, but that's what I'm seeing. That's what I believe, and I'm sticking to it. So I got to go, guys. Please hit the thumbs up button, share, subscribe button if you haven't done it yet. I got to get out of here, guys. And let's see, Get to the Point TV. Thank you for your donation. He says, how can Kingsway Preparatory in Evanston get added to the Educational Foundation? Send us an email. You can email manager@boycewatkins.com. That's manager@boycewatkins.com. Our foundation, my wife and I, my wife is a professor. We have a foundation where we're giving money to Black-owned, independent Black-owned schools. That's it. We're not just giving money to white-owned schools and all that. We're giving it to Black-owned schools, period. And our most recent donation is actually to a group called Black Achievers in Louisville, Kentucky. That and I'm focusing on them for this year. We're going to give them $20,000. So it's not a ton of money, but it's enough to kind of make a little bit of a difference for some of the kids. And we're making that donation because Black Achievers gave me an opportunity when nobody else did, and for that I will be eternally grateful. It's a group called Black Achievers out of Louisville, and then after maybe 2 or 3 months, we'll pick another school and give some money to that school. The Black Achievers is not a school; it's a group, but still, we're going to look for schools. So we will be doing that. All right. So by the way, if you want to look into our economic certification programs for kids, you can go to boycewatkins.com, or link is in the bio if you're watching on Instagram. Also, there's some Black Friday discounts and stuff like that. So feel free to go take a look. I got to go, guys. Have a great day, and I love you. And Tim Jackson says, thank you for your donation. He says, your wardrobe is more than your bank account, then your priorities are wrong. Yeah, if your wardrobe is more than your bank account, then your priorities are wrong. Yeah. I mean, I don't, I really think you got to question the culture where looking good is more important than actually being good. That's superficiality. That's superficial culture. That's built on low self-esteem. Low self-esteem is where I care more about how people see me than I care about how I see myself. Right? Low self-esteem means I need validation out there because I have no validation in here. That's why, for example, when I talk to my daughter, I always tell her all the time, you are beautiful, you are amazing, you are talented, you are loved, you are wonderful. And I do that so that she will know that she has a father. I'm not her biological father, but she's got another father as well. And she will know that she has 2 Black men who love her to death unconditionally and value her no matter what. So some raggedy Negro rolling up in a Lamborghini can't get her attention by buying her a bag of Cheetos and telling her that she's cute. That's not you. The standard is higher for my girls, and that's what I believe in. So these little things are the things that build a strong community. That's what builds a strong culture. That's actually also what translates into a wealthy culture as well. So be wealthy, but be wealthy in every way, not just by how much money you have in the bank. That's only the beginning. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Have a good day. Please hit the thumbs up, share, subscribe button. I got to go. I'll talk to you guys soon. And happy investing. I hope you make a ton of money today. Talk to you later. Peace.